My name's Jeff Neal, and I work at Youth for Christ in Greeley, Colorado. About 20 years ago, I just really felt like we needed to do some sort of a way to get involved in the skate culture. And our idea was, we want to change skate culture from the inside out. So we began by trying to figure out, how do we become the center of that culture? We found out that videoing was really valuable. We found out that photos were really valuable, that kids felt very valued and accepted and loved because of that. But we also noticed that the best of the best skaters get all of the video time and all the photo time and all the magazine time. And what culture was communicating to the kids was, you are valuable based on what you can do, not who you are. We just said, okay, we're gonna stay in the center of skate culture, and we're gonna continue to tell people you are valuable because of who Jesus created you to be, not because of what you can do. And that has transformed many, many lives that we've seen over the last 20 years here in Greeley. I think what I was doing when I first started ministry was teaching it and just hoping that they would get that less than 10%. And when I started to recognize the value of them actually applying what we talked about, not only did that mean that they understood how to live a Christian life, but if I said, here's a biblical principle, now go try and put it to practice, and then we're going to discuss it. That was when kids really learned the Bible, and it became intrinsic for them as opposed to just me telling them about it. And that's where life transformation was happening. And so I was saying, it is crazy valuable to get kids to go on a missions trip or serve, any opportunity to serve, so they can apply what it is that we've been talking about. So it's not just head knowledge then, it's actually changing their experience about who Jesus is, which really becomes something that changes their entire life. I think it was about 6 years ago, I was praying about just development of our kids. So really I was thinking about, what do our kids need? And I mean, when I say our kids, the kids in our ministry, what do they need in order to develop better spiritually? And I felt pretty strongly God was saying, it is time for them to start going on international missions trips. There's this skate park that got hit by a hurricane. You guys are a skate ministry. Would you be interested in doing this? So come meet with us. So I went down and I met with them, had coffee with them, and they said, here's what we're trying to do. We would like to plan to do this next summer. Was that something you guys would be interested in doing? Taking your kids down there and serving this community and skating? And I said, well, we want to go this summer. So we called another skate ministry here in Colorado, in Steamboat, and said, you guys want to go with us down to Mexico and check the skate park out and help them out? And they said yes. So both of our groups gathered some kids and we went down there 4 months later. This particular skate park is actually an iconic skate park for the West Coast. And so they're used to people just coming in, visiting, skating, and going out and not doing anything. But for the whole week, we were there serving the community, taking care of the skate park, cleaning it up. But by the end of the week, some of the local kids started helping us clean up the park. So then we could start talking to them about, you guys need to value this place. It's valuable, so take care of it. After the first year, God, what did we do? We didn't feel like we connected real well. We did an okay job. We did some work, but did we make a big difference? But enough of a difference was made in the lives of our kids that went, that I was convinced this was something we would do for the next 10 years. So they came back and decided they needed to start serving here more. They needed to start serving our community more. They started wanting to mentor other little kids here in Greeley more, because of what they experienced in Mexico. And I thought, well, yeah, that was the whole point of going. That second year, we had great relationships. The third year when we went back, I actually took my family and my kids, and we had such an incredible connection to the community. We were able to do a VBS. The first year that we went, there was no church in the town. Last year, we actually got to go to the church building. We got to help them finish up their roof, because they weren't done yet, so we got to help build into that. We got to keep building into the skate park itself. But this year, that third year, we were able to finally put on a skate contest to really attract people from the community. All of a sudden, we just were a part of their community. In fact, my two daughters and two other little kids got to go to school with some kids down there because they were still in school, so they got to go spend some time in the school with them. And we felt like we are actually now embedded in the community. So that's why we keep going back. And we're getting to share the gospel on a much greater basis now because they actually like us. They look forward to us coming back. They know our names. We know their names. Both of these two kids have gone every year. They said being in Mexico and realizing how being a part of their community felt really good to them. It just felt loving and very bonding to that community. They brought that back and realized we need to make sure that our skate park feels as loving and accepting as their skate park does. So now they come back and now they're teaching kids to make sure they're just as loving and accepting as the whole town of Pescadero was. It was awesome.